ladies and gentlemen, because you guys are great, fantastic, super, and awesome. With about 11 hours left in my monthly fundraiser, I've only got $634 left to raise. So if you'd like to contribute to keep THORnews up and running, you know what to do. All right, we're talking about Martian helicopters with Phil Plait over at the Sci-Fi Wire. That's right. In a little while, a helicopter that has been ported to Mars via a rover and a rocket is going to fly around planet Mars, taking photos and collecting data. Mars copter Ingenuity prepares to take the first powered flight on another world. All right, hear me out. What if some 1 foot Martians have been controlling Earth, or at least sending over radio waves and teaching people how to do iPhones and Bitcoins and subvert all of humanity, getting humanity to go to war with each other? And that what if NASA weaponized this helicopter? They're going to go take out those few evil Martians who've been controlling Earth. And so rock and roll and comedy and good times would return. Yeah, I know. You can't get to world peace through murder and war. But so how do you defeat Skull Tower? What are we talking about? Over Easter weekend, the Mars Perseverance rover dropped its own egg. It deployed the Ingenuity helicopter. Oh, let me take this time out to tell you all, Easter candy is now 50% off. If you do like Peeps, go get you some. A drone that will attempt the first powered atmospheric flight on another planet. Oh yeah, the future is here. Welcome to the baby steps into the age of Aquarius. And if you want to blue pill it, take it at face value. This story is pretty cool. NASA JPL, Mars helicopter touchdown confirmed. It's 293 million miles away. The journey aboard the Persevere ended with a final drop of 4 inches from the rover's belly to the surface of Mars today. Next milestone, survive the night. And I think it did that. Yep, Jennifer Millard taking us down the checks. Deployment, check. Survive first night, check. So we still got to put a pin in onboard computer checks and the first flight. Eep. Because it gets really cold on Mars and windy and dusty. The copter is called Ingenuity, and it's a technology test bed, which means it's designed to test out various engineering hardware components as opposed to doing scientific research. Wait, what? It's quite small. Standing about half a... You better put a camera and a microphone on that thing. I guess not a microphone because the helicopter blade would dilute the sound with noise and crap. It's quite small, standing about half a meter high and with a mass of 1.8 kilograms. So it weighs about 1.5 pounds in the lower gravity of Mars. The fuselage is a rectangular box about the size of 2 hefty hardcore books stacked on top of each other. 20 by 14 by 16 centimeters. It contains avionics and the electric systems that control the craft. I don't want to disrespect you, Blue Beetle, but your description did not kind of give me an idea of how big that thing is compared to other things. Is it bigger than a bread box? I would imagine. 1.2 meter diameter rotor system. So is that 3 feet? Carbon fiber blades, landing system, or as I call them, sticks. Sensors and cameras. Yes! So it does have some science and shit on there. Telecommunication, so it can talk to the aliens. Solar panel, fuselage, CO2 gas gap insulation, survival heaters, avionics processing, and batteries, plus autonomous flight control algorithms. Sidebar, hey, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, why do you guys hate me so much? Why is your algo so mad at me? Keeps tightening the screws. Anyway, the lift is provided by a pair of counter-rotating carbon fiber blades. One spins clockwise, the other spins counterclockwise, stacked on top of each other. Whoa. They span about 1.2 meters and will rotate at an amazing 2,400 rotations per minute. which on Mars means the tips will be moving at 0.7 times the local speed of sound. But just the tips. The atmosphere of Mars is around 0.6% the pressure of Earth's at sea level, and that thin air means the blades have to work much harder to get Ingenuity airborne. There's a solar panel mounted on top of the blades that recharges a set of lithium-ion batteries. And the whole thing sits on top of 4 spindly carbon fiber landing legs. It has 2 cameras on board. One is color and mounted to look out horizontally, and the other is grayscale, which looks downward for navigation. Ooh, it looks so tough. And that is the toilet the little helicopter poops in. All right. The helicopter was stowed under the belly of Perseverance during the 470 million kilometer. Why do you keep telling me shit in kilometers? This is NASA, bro. Flight to Mars and protected by a debris shield during landing and initial roving. On March 21st, 2021, the debris cover was dropped, revealing Ingenuity tucked in sideways under the rover. A series of coordinated steps were then executed to rotate the copter vertically and then drop it the last remaining 10 centimeters to the Martian surface. The technology is amazing, and who would have ever guessed that they could have landed like the 10th rover on Mars and then dropped a helicopter that has at least flown a little, will probably fly around more, before they ever put up the Hubble Part 2, or a telescope that is an improvement over the 1995 Hubble. An analogy I like to use is, when the Hubble came out, we were on PlayStation 1. Now we're on PlayStation 5. And so, using the technology curve, we should be on the Hubble number 5 now. I don't know, space agencies are weird, man. And after that, Perseverance moved off to let Ingenuity get a taste of the open air. And that's where we are today. It took this long to get it set up to make sure the rover was in a wide open spot. Wide open spaces for the flights, so the copter can safely take off and land. Before that happens, Perseverance will move off about 100 meters or so to make sure it's safe as well. Oh, so I guess it just dropped it in the dirt and hasn't flown yet, and then the rover moved forward. When will all this happen? The first flight is scheduled for no earlier than April 11th, this coming Sunday. All right, I'll try to make an edited video because there have to be decent videos of what this thing will do when it flies around, right? I mean, computer generator or whatever. With the data sent back to the Earth the next day. It may be a day or two after that for them to go to the footage and then, Photoshop out the aliens. Depending on how comfortable the engineers here on Earth are with the Ingenuity's prep work and checkout. The first test will be fairly simple. A vertical takeoff reaching a target height of 3 meters, hovering there for 20 seconds, and then touching down again. Oh yeah, buddy. This is an interesting story. Each flight will be more ambitious than the last. The hope is that it will eventually take 5 or 6 flights, going up 5 meters and flying for 50 meters or so, though it can go as far as 300 meters. Each flight will last about 90 seconds, which is as much power as the batteries provide. Now, I think it's, solar panels. Ingenuity has to be autonomous. It means it has to think for itself. It can't be controlled in real time from Earth due to our distance from Mars. At the speed of light, commands take nearly 15 minutes for just a one-way trip. And the command has probably got to wear a mask on the plane. Oh, that was a bad joke. So it has to keep track of its flight, position, velocity, energy use, communication with the rover, and even its temperature. It has to keep itself warm, because Mars is chilly, even in the spring, all on its own. Navigation is an issue. Mars doesn't have a strong magnetic field, so any sort of compass can't be used. Instead, it will use the position of the sun to get its heading and use images of the ground beneath it to get its position. Well, that is super duper and fascinating. Kind of like you, baby. If this works, NASA will be able to build bigger and more capable drones that can travel much farther and be used for aerial reconnaissance, covering a lot more territory more quickly than rovers, providing higher resolution images and topographical data than orbiting spacecraft, too, through a smaller region. Mind you, the first rover on Mars, Sojourner, was only 12 kilograms and a bit over half a meter long. Now the rovers are the size of Mini Coopers and mass over a ton. Something has to be first, and when you're going to Mars, it's best to keep it simple for that pioneer. Much bigger things will come. Oh, much bigger. First things first, though. Oh, and one more thing. Stored on board Ingenuity is a small piece of fabric. Why? It's from the Wright Flyer, the Wright brothers' airplane that achieved the first powered flight on Earth. How wonderful, how inspiring, how human it is that this should be on the machine that will perform such a flight on another world. Bon voyage, and good luck, Ingenuity. We're all counting on you. Okay, stay tuned, and I will probably have a edited update on this fascinating story over the next few days. Oh, and if you'd like to contribute to keep THORnews up and running, I would really appreciate it. You can send me a letter. I love letters when I get them in the mail. I got a PayPal, a Venmo, a CashApp, a Patron, a ton of love for you guys. You guys are amazing. So thank you very much to Asteroid Fight Club. And I've only got $634 left to raise in about 11 hours. So thank you to Texas Angel, Melanie, Barbara, Charlotte, Juan, Miles, Preston, Alexis, Arnica, Glenda, Scott, Light Soul, Dan, Daryl, Marlita, Brian, Max, KJ, Lauren, Richard, Randy CW, Jason, Randy S. I got double the Randy power. Fred, Mike, Joshua, Kyle, JL, Ellie, Thomas, and Darlene. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing. I am grateful. I am appreciative. All right. Let's try and have a super duper fantastic April, shall we? God bless everyone. Stay cool. Let us live long and prosper together, and may the force be with us always.